Greetings, Star Wars fans, and my name is Jedi Jared, and in 2012, George Lucas had given up the rights to Star Wars to Disney, as we got great films, including The Force Awakens and Rogue One and Star Wars 8 coming out this year. But one project was cancelled, the Star Wars The Clone Wars. It had aired from 2008 to 2013 on Cartoon Network, as it was a great show and a big part in Star Wars history. It was the last writings of George Lucas ever did on Star Wars. As with the cancellation, we all wondered what were the other episodes going to be? As we only had 5 seasons at that point, but had no fear. Dave Filoni had put 13 episodes already finished on Netflix called The Untold Missions. As we also had a 4-part miniseries on Darth Maul, son of Dathomir. It takes place after season 5 and season 6, and it shows what happens to him. It's an also essential read for Rebels fans and Clone Wars combined. We also had the Ventress. It was the novel Dark Disciple. It was supposed to be an 8-episode arc. As other arcs we were supposed to get, well, that was it for what we have now. But we also have the Ahsoka book, which we also get the story of the Mandalore, what happens on Mandalore, how she fights Maul, as her and Rex go fake their deaths. But one arc was, in this video we will be talking about the episodes that have never been aired, never been on a comic or book. One was going to be about Ahsoka. It was her in the underworld, and she would meet up with this other person, as they would have all these fights. As another one would be that the temple in Coruscant had a ancient Sith. Under the Jedi Temple was a Sith temple, and Ahsoka would have put something in and got zapped by Darth Sidious. That the closest we would ever see those two. As I found that really interesting. It would have been the arc of her going back to the Jedi Temple, and then the one I was talking about with her helping Mandalores. Bo-Katan would have been back, as Anakin would have gave Rex to Ahsoka, as the clones would betray Ahsoka. As another arc would have been, we would have been back to Mount Calamari from season 4, as you would have more of those civil arrest parts. As we already had the Utapau arc and the Bad Batch arc, which you can find on the Star Wars YouTube channel. But they also had a Kashyyyk arc. It would have been Yoda showing how he met up with the Wookiees, of that growing relationship we see in Revenge of the Sith. As you would also had Bad Batch return, as they do have those clips online if you want to go see them. They're really interesting. As we also had a bounty hunter arc. It would have been Cad Bane and Boba Fett teaming up, as they showed a video on Celebration this year. It was Cad Bane and Boba Fett point guns at each other and they shoot, and it shows how Boba Fett gets that det in the helmet. It was a really interesting, and we would have also had another bounty hunter arc. As there is another one where I find interesting was the clone arc. It was about them like have a rank episode over who's the best, and Rex and R2 would have crashed, and it would have been a Rex and R2 episode. We also would have got all of those episodes, but even though Star Wars The Clone Wars and all those episodes were finished, we also got Ahsoka, Hondo, and all those characters back in Rebels. Dave Filoni has promised that Rebels, which it wasn't intentionally, is going to tie up loose ends from the Clone Wars. But I do hope we could get those episodes back one day and see all those fully animated. Maybe put it on like a DVD or Netflix or whatever, so we could get it. Because all it is an essential episodes to Star Wars in general. Because we didn't even think that when we went to see that Onderon arc, we didn't think Saul would have been important, but he was to Rogue One. As we also have Lux Monteri in the books. As is, Clone Wars was an essential part, and if you haven't seen it, go see it. And may the Force be with you always. Please like this video, please subscribe to my channel, as I will be continuing to do daily. As may the Force be with you always, and always love Star Wars.